All right, everyone, welcome. All right, so today we're going to do one of these runs here from Hempstead, which is in Long Island, to New York City, to Manhattan. So it's about a 34-minute run here. They're going to slow us down a few times when we get closer to the city. But yeah, welcome Saturday. Today's not Saturday. What's today? Sunday. My brain. Welcome to today's stream, everyone. Should be a little better. Getting a little bit of play from the green screen. It's because of the lighting around us. We are good to go. Alright, we gotta put the key in first. That will let us press the wrong door. Alright, now we have the right door open. Let's do some ETC safety systems here. Hopefully it doesn't screw us over. I think they fixed it. There was a thing where you would release the alerter, and unfortunately it would cause other issues to happen. So key out, I'm gonna go to neutral. We are going to bring this down to max. Charge our brake system. Excellent. Okay, let's set our lights. Some cab light when we get for the tunnel. So when we get into the tunnels, we're not completely clear. Put these on bright. Put a little bit of gauge light. Close the doors now. Our lights are off. Forward, and let's go. First stop is Floral Park. Oh, that right door is still open. I closed that, it just didn't close. Alright, now we're good to go. Alright, moving on here. So I'm going slow right now because we're going to have 15 around this curve, and I don't want to speed up and have to slow down. Should have enough time. They have us on the left track to start, so we're probably going to have a track change, which is why we're stuck at 15. So we'll just wait up for that. Yeah, recently the game's been giving me like that kind of glitchy screen on the bottom lately. Not sure when there's the last time they did an update, but that happens sometimes. I've checked the cables, and so if it was the cables, it's not the cables. It's actually the way the game is processing it. Sometimes it'll do it for like a few weeks, and then a fix will come in for it. Trying to just keep us up to speed here. Come on. Oh, just realized I thought I was playing with my new controller. I'm actually playing one of the old ones. Sometimes the old ones, there are issues with the right trigger, which is why I bought a new one. But it looks like the new one was charging. So let us get through here, please, as quickly as we can. Country Life Press. So the first part of this one's always a pain, because we're on one track and they really restrict us a lot here. Again, the weird thing is that the actual system is telling us that we can go 60 through here, but the game is only telling us we can go 15. So it's probably gonna make us late. slightly downhill at the moment. Slowdowns are definitely going to slow us all back. Okay, I got you. Give me a second. Come back down. The emergency brake kicked in. Come on, this penalty braking. Alright, stop it. Recharge the brake. So we just caught the penalty brakes as well. I was trying to make up for lost time because we're not making it to Floral Park in time right now. So I pushed it a little bit, but they said we were going too fast. So even though the game cleared us to 70, the actual train is still stuck at 30. So alright, we'll make it through. Come on, update us. Now we can go to 70. Us to come down to 60. I'll start braking when we get a little closer to the middle. But it should, if this thing is working like it's supposed to, we should begin to count down. And we need to come down in our speed. Everything's not modeled great sometimes in this, so we're dealing with that at the moment. This is not where we're stopping. made it to Floral Park. As you can see, there's like a miscommunication between the game and the actual ATC on the game. So that's what we're dealing with right now. Keep pressing the wrong door. Trust me, I've done this before. Alright, here we go. Alright, next stop is Jamaica, Queens. Alright, we are cleared to 60 by the game. ATC is clearing us 60, but the game is clearing us to about 70. So, okay, now we're both at 70. But one's gonna come down to 60. At 60, don't worry. So we're probably going to have a track change, which is why they want us to hold at 60. Or it could be because we're passing that platform. I'm feeling that there's a track change coming up. Maybe not. Well, we're staying here. Actually, let's see what happens up here. Actually, one of these trains derailed the other day in real life. I'm gonna keep it here until it changes the ATC. There we go. Now we're clear to E. I'm trying to follow the ATC more than the actual game cues here. But if the countdown was working, that would be useful. So we know when we need to come down. Right. 72. Get to about 75. Stay at 75, and then when we get closer to Jamaica, once we get around the station, we have to come down to about 15, I think it is. So just be ready for like a huge slowdown. It's going to be coming down to 35 to give us enough warning here. It's a little bit quicker. ATC forced off. After Jamaica, I wonder if we have a few more stops before we're just going direct. Let's see. Yep, after Jamaica, we're just going direct. Okay. Stop is this. It's interesting also because there was an asphalt plant there. I have to look in to see where this actually is here in Queens. Okay, got a little bit of a slowdown coming. Make sure we get this right. Let's come down a little quicker. Alright, coming into Jamaica. At Jamaica, you can transfer to the New York City subway. I'm gonna guess what trains are there because I don't remember. Speed again. Didn't even give us a warning. Yeah, so as you can tell, this thing is busted. Because what's supposed to happen is it's supposed to give us a countdown here that lets us know when we are over speed or when we're coming down, and then it's supposed to like count down to like when we are where we are. It works sometimes on the Amtrak trains on the game. At some point this shifts to like a downhill. It's like there's a train yard over there. Alright, so after Jamaica, our next stop will be New York Penn. And at New York Penn, you can transfer to the New York City subway as well. And you can transfer to Amtrak and New Jersey Transit. So if you've ever seen the Trenton line or the New Jersey line on the game, that goes there. The Northeast Corridor stuff eventually goes there as well. It's the big hub for a bunch of trains in New York City. Alright, here we're coming into Jamaica. 5 minutes late. I wonder if I ran it without ATC, if we would have been on time. I have a feeling we would have been. because the speeds that the game is actually giving us were a lot faster than the speeds that we're getting with ATC activated. So we're essentially in like a restricted mode right now. Alright, doors open. Oh, there's the air train that goes to the airport, goes to Kennedy Airport. And I thought there was a subway line here as well. Alright, so we're going to continue to move through here. And the alert is still holding us to 15 miles an hour as we go up this hill here. So it's going to add a little bit of power. Now it cleared us to 60. So far we're going to be able to get up to 260. And I'm trying to make sure that the game and the safety system are working in each other's favor. Right now we're clear to 80. We have Forest Hills. Friend actually lives in that building over there. Super late getting into the city now. You have to figure out, I think usually I leave the ATC off on here. Because as you can see, like the discrepancy between the two is really vast. Like we're supposed to be in Manhattan in 3 minutes. We're not gonna make it. At the speed it's giving us. Gotta look at the map and see exactly where this turn. I have a feeling it might be like not too far from like Sunnyside and Elmhurst. I think this is actually pretty close to like Northern Boulevard, Maspeth, because I know eventually we're gonna end up hitting the train yard. But like Northern Boulevard and everything else is very close to this. If you're in New York City, if you're in you have a good idea as to what I'm talking about. Especially if you drive around, because a lot of times you will drive under these elevated tracks. Track change coming up. Be pretty aggressive. Clear. Always forget about that. It's in a weird space. Okay, 4 miles to go. Yeah, but outside of all that, how has everybody been? Hope everybody is planning or gearing up to have a great week. We got about 3 weeks left of summer here. It's been a very hot summer, so I know me personally, I'm looking forward to some milder weather. Well, this been going by really fast. Like, this summer's almost done. If you're in another part of the world where it's winter, just know your winter's coming to an end pretty soon. I don't mind the season changes, but I feel like when you're an adult, summer isn't as long as it was when you were a kid. It kind of gets depressing. Well, I remember as a kid being that, like, okay, I'm ready to go back to school. I know it sounds like a weird kid, but yeah. Alright, so now we are in the Astoria area, and then coming into Long Island City. I've actually walked across this bridge before. The only bad thing about this area, like, is super dusty, because literally all this is, like, freaking dust and sand. Nobody cleans it. So if you ever walk across these bridges, like, make sure you cover your face, because you're gonna get covered in, like, dust in the rail yard. There's really rarely any plants or anything around here. Alright, we're heading into the tunnel. Let's add a touch of braking. And here we got some... Oh, the draw distance is getting better. Oh, okay. Alright, at some point it's gonna flip and just be dark. Unless that's our lights. Nope, there it goes. Yeah. Alrighty. Looks pretty good. Okay, we're going downhill and then we'll go uphill. This is kind of old school tunnel design. These are old tunnels, so they go down in both directions and then meet. So you have like a sloping on both ends. I think they did build a new tunnel recently. I remember seeing the boring and drilling process, and there's a new line that opened up and it goes to Grand Central from the LIRR. But I don't know if they're gonna add that to the games. This is so new. They may not be willing to give out those plans yet. Alright, so we're coming down. We'll start braking more in a second. Surprised this controller actually held up. I haven't used it in a while, so I think the batteries probably ran out enough at one point. And then I recharged them, so that now they're like working a little better because they like reset themselves. That's just me taking an educated guess as to why it's actually behaving today. Alright, I'm gonna let it coast a little bit because eventually we're gonna be going too slow. water in there. Okay. Alright, so we're struggling uphill here. Again, I was just mentioning how these tunnels are designed, so it's usually you're drilling down from both sides and you meet in the middle. I would like to see what happened with the new tunnel, if they ever add that new tunnel into the game. So I'm wondering if it's just kind of flat or if it still has that kind of old school design. I think they just drilled it from one end to the other though. I've been on like multiple trains where you're towards the end of the journey and you're like, why are they going so slow? A lot of it is because the stations are so old that if the trains were to bounce, they're worried about it messing up the tracks and foundations and the ceilings above. Because right above us is literally an entire station. I wonder if we're going to be in a dead end track. Alright, shut everything down. See how we did. I know our times were super off. Yeah, it gave us silver because of it. I think mainly it was my fault because I actually put the ATC on. Probably should have either went without it, and it probably would have made it a little bit better. But yeah, good run. No major interruptions there. Head back to the main menu. All right. I want to thank everybody for stopping by today. It's funny, each of the scenes I have to make sure that I like update the green screen effect each time because it plays a little differently depending on which one we're doing. Anyway, thank you for stopping by today. If you're watching this on Twitch, if you haven't followed, feel free to follow. You get alerts when we are going live again. You can also check us out on the Discord. Good spell. And you could also, if you're watching us on YouTube, you could also follow and subscribe on YouTube as well. We've been putting our VODs on YouTube because Twitches only last for like 20 days now. So it's fine. It's a nice place to kind of move things over to. Video quality is good over there as well. So, on that note, we'll say thanks everyone. Have a great week. And let's see, is anybody else streaming? We'll go and watch. Let's see. Not really. It's okay. All right, everyone. So we hopefully will be back on maybe Tuesday night if everything goes well this week. And stay safe, everyone. Take it easy.